Hey, what's poppin', y'all? How y'all doing? It's saying hallelujah today. We're gonna come out of the biblical teachings, and we're gonna start going into what we call the scientific realm. And in the scientific realm, we'll talk about natural hair. We talk about eating properly. We speak about our environment, our surroundings, and we talk about being in the now, but at the same time acknowledging that which happened before and projecting and planning that which shall be. And with that, I want to introduce you to this book, which is called The Holy Tablets. And this book is said to be written by Dr. Malachi York for the Holy Tabernacle Ministries. And we have dibbled and dabbled in the book, but I was not able to present the book the way I wanted to present the book to you, as a clean slate, as a new people. So you have to, what I found out is that you would have to relinquish a lot of your bad habits that you have. And these habits are normal to you, but they're still bad habits. When we say bad habits, the word bada actually means something pleasant and good. But when we use bad habits in America, I'm stating, and when I say we, I'm talking about the spirits that I'm connected with. I'm talking about the force, the etheric force that I be, inside this body. First you have to separate your true self from your flesh that you're in, the body. The body is flesh. So once you know the difference, that you're in that body and you mediating, you're in the middle, you're visiting the planet Earth. And the planet Earth is a living organism. So when people look at the trees and people look at the leaves and the fruit and the different animals, they don't realize that this is a living planet. And once you start to see that, then you stop going into the illusion. So we could talk about that for a long time, and that's what's been happening. I wanted you to get ready for this, but there's no way that I can get you ready. I gave you the books, the Torah, the Injil, which is the Revelations, the Psalms, which is Sabor, and the Holy Quran. And I think you should take the time in your 24 hours of each day to have some type of time management for study. And this particular biblical study is considered to be information of the past. And once you know the past, then you know where you belong. So we're going to skip past all of that again. And we're going to go to what we call ALIIGIENED. The word ALIIGIENED means creation. And this book, it says, begin all acts and thinking by using El Kolum. The word El Kolum means the all. So this is tablet 1, the epic of creation and before creation. It says, "O my children, allow me to speak with you, for it is that time again, every 25,000 years for the renewal of your way of life, which is called Nuwabu. Let me speak with you of the beginnings, plural, beginnings of the life before and after the knowledge bestowed upon you of your very own creation and the making of this planet called Earth. So that was that was a lot right there. And most of the time when people read it, they'll read that, they'll keep on going. They have not really know what I just read. Or they hear it, but they agree with it because that's just something. But we have to go with the slow roll. So it says low, low. My children, allow me to speak with you, for it is time again. Okay, it's time again. But this time, it's speaking that it's time again, the new generation, the new women that's coming through. And I give you the ages right now between 1995 96, 97, 98, 99, 2000. For them women, 2000. From 95 to 2000. That 5-year period coming up. Prior to that, you're considered to be not a young woman, but a mature woman. And there's different ramifications because certain things have passed by and you didn't get this information. So you either submit yourself as a child all over, and that's only way you can do that is be very, very, very submissive and immediately change everything about what you're doing because you're doing everything in the wrong way. This don't mean to scare you, but this is just the way it is. So that particular, it says, lo, my children. Now, when they say, lo, my children, the responsibility of Malachi York at this time, it was a family, tribal type of environment. And those people that were invited to come into his world, his teachings, they brought a lot of baggage because they didn't want to get with the program. They wanted to get and take the program because that's what they were accustomed to. They were accustomed of coming in and taking over instead of getting in and becoming a part of the all that he was teaching. Not to say he was teaching, that was taught. And this was a global teaching. When I say global, to some, maybe you could say worldwide. You'll get that idea. Worldwide, we're talking about the global teachings. So it says, allow me to speak. That means that you're allowing that person to teach you. It says every 25,000 years for the renewal of your life. Is that time again? So is that time again every generation to teach about the 25,000 years of the renewal, but this time the 25,000 years has come and the renewing is here, and he had the renewal from the diligent research that was done, the study, the traveling of other places on the globe, other languages. So within this is a lot of information that you have to digest. Let me speak to you of the beginnings. So when we talk about Adam and Eve, that was only one beginning. Adam, Eve, Cain, Abel, those were one beginning, and the teachings that you had about them were not accurate. It says, let me speak with you. Allow me to speak with you about the beginnings of life before and after the knowledge bestowed upon you of your very own creation. So in this book, ALIIGIENED, the creation, he is explaining to you that you are a part of your own creation. That is too much for those who sit there and watch the actors, those who believe in their politicians, those who want to be entertained. So that if this information is too powerful, because it doesn't leave you ill, it doesn't leave you sick, it keeps you healthy. It says, let me speak with you of the beginnings of life before and after the knowledge bestowed upon you of your very own creation and the making of this planet called Earth. So now we're talking about your own creation that you're in and how the planet Earth was made. That is a very, very powerful teaching. And we didn't even get to the second verse. We didn't even finish the first verse. And the many other planets of which you have no knowledge of. So now we're talking about interdimensional travel. We're talking about the path. We're talking about the heavens that people want to go to, but they stuck here on earth without the knowing, the continuous knowing of who they are, because they're trapped in their body. They thinking that they are the body. You're in the body. The body belongs to the earth. So now we're going to go to 2. It says your soul, and then it explains what your soul is. Your soul, comma, so now let's explain it. That is the emotional you, comma, is about to embark upon a journey through time and space within existence. So now you have time and you have space within this existence that they call creation, or this existence that they call light. because darkness still reign. Darkness still rule. Each day when the darkness comes and the visitor, which is the sun that keeps the earth warm and give us energy, the darkness marks the beginning of a new day that is called time. And it gets deeper into that, but this is the introduction to the things that people ran from because the mascots call actors, which are liars, cheaters, adulterers, mascots who are sports athletes, mascots who are politicians, mascots who fake the move about knowing about religion. These are all people that are untruthful. So this truth right here is very powerful for you. So I think you need to just go back and listen to it again 7 times. Don't try to eat and gobble up and thinking you got something and you didn't get anything out of it but a yeah to yourself. You're fooling yourself. Don't fool yourself. So before you go, I'm going to read it again, and I'm going to read it again, and I'm going to read it again without any explanation. I want you to take your time and listen to what I'm reading to you. The word read is to R-E, like R-A, which is the light. R-E-A-D. A-D means to add. They say A-D means after death. So the death of the foolishness and the lies that you've been taught has to take place for you to renew yourself, for you to be included in your own creation, because the breath of life, that's what you represent. So let's go again. This is chapter 1 of ALIIGIENED, which means the creation. It says, begin all acts and thinking by using el-Kalum, the all. So we'll say el-Kalum, 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 el-Kalum. This is tablet 1, epic of creation and before. Creation and before creation. So creation means growth. So when you grow something in your womb, you have the ability to procreate. You have the ability to grow. You are a creator. So all the lies and the spookism and the illusion that you're looking for a creator, the woman of every tribe is a creator. The worm is a creator. The lion is a creator. The dog is a creator because it has the ability to procreate and to grow species. It says lo, and that means to stop. It says, oh, my children. Now that O, 0, O, LMNO is they call it a circle. We call it a cipher. Is a continuous, what they call 360 degrees. And we needed that 360 degrees. And that 360 degrees was called the righteous circle or the righteous cipher. And in the righteous cipher, the teachings, the renewal, the remembrance, the schools were Egyptian, Hebrew, Christianity. And then from within that is also the elements, these are the biblical studies. Then you have your scientific studies. And then you have your, what you call realistic street studies. The studies of your surroundings. And it was a saying, do the knowledge and be aware of your surroundings. So it says, lo, my children. So this is like a father to the children. The father was the savant, S-A-V-A-N-T. You get a pen, write it down, Google it. S-A-V-A-N-T, of knowing what they say on or ontology. The word on is the same thing as that was used in my name, Don On. The Don was the protector, the guide, the teacher, and I was on. This was in West Virginia State College, originally an ethnic, melanated college in West Virginia, near Charleston, West Virginia. But anyway, getting back to this, allow me to speak with you, for it is that time again. Now that time again is every generation must be taught. That time again is every generation must be taught. And every generation complement the next generation. But if that generation do not want to be taught, what happens is that they shall crumble. They will not pass the test. Okay? So it says every 25,000 years for the renewal of your way of life. Wow. Okay. So let me speak to you of the beginnings, plural, of life before and after the knowledge bestowed upon you of your very own creation and the makings of this planet called Earth. So remember I was talking about the creation, your very own creation. This is for the woman who creates in her womb. She created and duplicated herself. They call it mitochondria DNA. And she duplicated what they call mutations. that which is not like her, that was alive inside of her, A-V-I-A, alive, A-L-I-V-E, or L-I-V-E, L-I-V-E, live, in her womb. When it came out of her womb, it was E-V-I-L, or evil. Evil from the word evolution. And when it did not want to listen and tried to make a change because it was exalted and given a reason to being different, it was considered to be evil. And then it said E-V-I-L-E-D, which they say devil, or lived. The word devil is the word lived in your womb. What lived in your womb that don't go through the teachings that was passed down from the etheric, angelic realm to the human. The teachings, the rituals, the way of living supreme on the planet Earth. So it goes on and it says, life before and after the knowledge bestowed upon you of your very own creation and the making of this planet called Earth, and the many other planets of which you have no knowledge. Lo, my children, allow me to speak with you, for it is that time again. You are a new generation. So every 25,000 years for renewal of your life. Okay, so what he's saying here is that the fact that every generation needs to be learned. We in a different time zone. We're in what we call the sun cycle. Every 25,000 years is a renewal. Every 6,000 years is a change from the moon cycle to the sun cycle. So we're now in a sun cycle, and then we're in a different generation. Generations come and come and come and come. So it depends on where you were born, what generation you're in. Generation is gene, your genes, action, or the ration, the compiling of different genes at different times. So within this, what is stating is that every 25,000 years, we renew our history. And the history was to teach you in every generation, and this particular generation is from 1995 into 2000, because we're in 2021 right now. So 21 years old to 30. That's it. After that, you consider to be mature, and either you're going to change your ways or you're not going to change your ways. It's all about changing your diet, changing the way you speak, changing your mannerism, changing your walk style, how you walk, who you be around, changing the frequency that you are. Getting up, staying up, remembering, pulling in energy, giving off energy. All that is included. But to do that, you have to know and have knowledge. And with this knowledge, that's just the edge of what it is. And then when you the noun, you go into the noun and you go into the knowing, that's the continuation. So it says, lo, my children, allow me to speak with you, for it is that time again, every 25,000 years, for the renewal of your way of life. Nuwabu. Let me speak with you of the beginnings of the life before and after the knowledge bestowed upon you of your very own creation and the makings of this planet called Earth, and the many other planets of which you have no knowledge. Your soul, that is the emotional you, is about to embark upon a journey through time and space within existence, through a time not yet encountered by the Hamu. The Hamu is the human beast and the human beings, the children of the Elohim. Within the confines of this holy tablet, you shall embark upon knowledge that was never before made as clear as this for you by any. So let me start by telling you of the beings that existed trillions of Earth years ago, long before you. Before human beings were created in the physical form upon the planet Tamat, now called Earth, there existed supreme beings of pure green light and sub-supreme beings of impure amber light. You cannot fully comprehend their beginnings because their time zone is much greater than your ability to comprehend at this point in time. Yet, this very tablet, which you are holding in your hand, so it says this very tablet that you are listening to, will open your eyes to their time zones in and beyond space. These supreme beings called Anunnaki, whose way of life was called Nuwabu, was endowed by El Kalun, the All, with a superior overstanding 720 degrees in all. So glory be to the one appointed, who is called in tones Anu, and on earth El Elo, known to many by different titles, and the best of which to you is Allah. Know that eventually the time will come when those supreme beings would have to descend upon the planet Earth in order to guide their inhabitants back toward their home in and beyond the stars, thereby helping them to become once again the supreme beings of the pure green light that they once were of. But first, comma, one must be sent to prepare a way, and that one is myself. And so it was. For once humans became rulers over the planet Earth, you gradually forgot that your purpose in life was to gain your way back toward the sustainer, which would be the token home. But instead, you became engrossed in your own desires, while in pursuit of physical gratification and material gain. Humans forgot the purity with which they were formed. As a result, you have strayed from the original ways of the universe and the spiritual path that leads you to your true destiny. This destiny is universal knowledge, wisdom, understanding, and right reasoning, called Nuwabu. Nuwabu informs you that there were three creations. You have original or primary creation, evolutionary or secondary, and ghostational or territorial creation. Primary creation was performed by non-ether, whose science is Nuwabu. N-U-W-A-U-B-U. 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 Non-ether is a combination of all existing gases of nature. Nothing, anywhere, can be as powerful as all existing gases. Therefore, non-ether is the most potent power in all the boundless universes. Hence, non-ether is the original creator who grew all the universes. The word creation means growth into form or a system, and destruction means change in form or composition. Non-ether is conscious and conscious gases. The Melanites came along with original creation. That is the same kind of ether forces that grew the universe. Therefore, the Melanites and their evolutionary descendants are the personification of the original creative forces. Simply, the Melanites created the universe in their etheric form. Non-ether then personified themselves as flesh and blood beings. There are two kinds of ether: 9-ether and 6-ether. 9-ether produce 6-ether, and 6-ether produce ghost. 9-ether will become 6-ether through time and age. Therefore, 6-ether becomes ghost through time and age. 6-ether is 9-ether in death, and ghost is the death of 6-ether. After the death of 6 ether, 9 ether resurrects again. 6 ether is the moon, and 9 ether is the sun. Hence, 6 ether is adverse to 9 ether, just as death is adverse to life. All this takes place within the all. It was then that the true force of the universe personified those supreme beings, the original Melanites, personifying by both sound and electric energy, both positive and negative. Electro being negative and magnetic being positive. Light, or the Illuminati, being electro, and the light spectrum being magnesium. Magnetism. The cosmic ray for emerald being from cipher 1 nanometer, which is called nana, which equal the deity Sin, and meter equal mother, or meter in tone, metari, meaning matter or material, form to 99,000 miles. Light is defined by wavelengths. You have the cosmic ray being the shortest and the longest being electric power. Between the two are gamma rays, X-rays, ultraviolet light rays, infrared light rays, microwaves, television waves, radio waves, and electric power. Television waves and radio waves are forms of light laser. There's also the visible spectrum, which runs from 400 nanometers to 700 in wavelength. Nanometers being Nana, the deity Sin, and meter. Within all light flowing through a prism, it becomes 6 colors: yellow, blue, red, green, orange, and purple. Yellow, blue, red, green, orange, and purple. Yellow, blue, red, green, orange, and purple. Light in its etheric form is at its atomic level. When you see a full spectrum light in its physical state, it manifests as blackness. That is, all light and color combined are blackness. And the manifestation of the solid form of light is called melanin. Thus, they manifested from the great circle and throne of wisdom to this meager place. This is how the events of creation and procreation were recorded. When life existed in and beyond the stars, the all is, the all was, and the all will be. and felt within a love, a divine love that is unknown or felt by those disagreeable beings, and thus emotions were. At the first birth of emotion was the birth of motion. Things gradually began to move about, and it was then that movement and motions was conceived out of triple darkness, for the light birthed the chaos. Thus the motion to create did manifest in existence, and all that exists within the all. And thus things became what they were to become known as before they existed, or what they would exist as. This is the true caring. If you say you love Anu, who is also known as El Elah, who is also called in tones Allah by the Muslims, ones who are of peace, be on your guard, for they too have been invaded by the disagreeable one's children. You have Yahweh by the Hebrews, Theos by the Christians, and God by many others, who was appointed by the all as your caretaker. He appointed one of the Yahwehians called Tammuz, son of Ishtar or Inanna, Nana or Nana, which is Sin, Isis or Aset, also called Astarte, and Pagalian or Sybil and Kali. This Tammuz was also called in tones Horus, Theos, Yeshua, Isa, Jesus, Christos, a son of Damuzi, who was also called Osiris, Asri, Daya, Yashadis, and Allah, and the Abba of Tammuz or Abtala, the Heavenly Father, son of the Heavenly One, Anu. Thus it is said that this Tammuz, then the Enocytes began to call upon the name of a Yahweh. Then why do you not have faith in him? And if you say you have faith by way of him, who is your caretaker, Anu, who appointed Yeshua ha-Mashik, called Isa, called Jesus, and called Tammuz, then I ask you, why do you not trust in him? For it is El that is trustworthy. If you say you love him, why do you not strive towards him? And if you say you are sensible, then why do you not tremble at the mention of Anu? Surely it is Anu that has been appointed to be your caretaker and has appointed the anointed one. This appointment of Anu was done by the all within the all, and the appointment of the anointer was done by Anu, being both Yahwehians in the all. It is he, Anu, who has transformed from Etherians into flesh embodied in a body, and then returns at will to ether. He was the appointed El Elah, Allah, who saw the confusion which was caused by the fusions of emotions, the collision of motions in this solar system came into being as time passed. It became known as emotionally as that which is right to do and that which is wrong to do. Those who agree and those who disagree. To act, the act that is good and the act that is evil. Thus, the birth of will is the beginning of confusion, and confusion arose, and this stubbornness was felt in his heart. Out of divine love and great concern with compassion and caring, he began to call out and ordered all the blessed and the chosen children of the all, the Etherians, who incarnated in the form of an Anunnaki, which is known to many as the Elohim, or the Natiru, as known to the ancient Egyptians. He ordered them to incarnate in his spirit with the responsibilities for this now desolate solar system. It was here that life of all forms and spiritual beings lived and thrived. Those extraterrestrials, the sky dwellers, came to this planet, Earth, be they extraterrestrials, angels, or angelic beings, or be there of the terrestrial, that is, of this planet Earth, the land dwellers, and even those beings who came on land from the deep sea. And these species, all of which were agreeable people and disagreeable people, did tread to and fro on the earth's surface, the ground, and swam in the seas, and flew in the skies of the planet Earth. But by the disorder of those disagreeable species was destruction by the meteorites caused, and that caused the light of the sun to be hidden by the dust clouds. The daylight had gone where pure light once was, and no light reigned. Void was upon the surface of the deep. And we will leave you with that. We'll see what happens in the next teachings. I'm Skate Master Spark, the SP to the ARK, Special Ark of the Living Tabernacle, also known as I-9 Gabriel the 19th, the teacher of the Etheric. I am part of the El and the Elo and the El